Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. And today I am here to play with the gorgeous Posies card kit. Now this morning I have got everything out that I need, so I'm just emptying it out of the kit so I can show you the gorgeous box. So thank you to everyone for joining while I close up this box. If you haven't already liked or subscribed to me here on Facebook, or if you are watching the replay on YouTube, please do that so you don't miss any of my videos. You'd think I'd be prepared since I do this so often, but no, not today. I was busily making a whale card. So this is the gorgeous box that the kit comes in. So you can see it's all gold, it's all beautiful. You've got the elastic closure. Surprise, surprise, that's what I was struggling with. And you can buy the kit by itself without a stamp set, but we do have the matching stamp set as well that has the same name, called Gorgeous Posies. And for the kit, all we use is the sentiments for the kit, but you get these gorgeous flower and leaf images that you can then go on and make your own similar cards with. So best of both worlds, you've got the kit. When you've used the kit, you can then make similar cards with the stamp set. And I love the mixed font. I love that you're getting everything. Hey Chris, that you're sort of got a birthday, a sympathy, a get well, and a friendship. So it works really well, and the flowers you can stamp in any color. So this morning I got out my destructions for the card kit, and I have bundled all my bits together to make all 4 cards. So that's something I normally don't do, but I thought I always struggle trying to find the right bits for the card. So I followed the instructions. I also got out my 4 colors. Sorry, I haven't put the sticker on my Blackberry Bliss, but we have Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Blushing Bride, and Blackberry Bliss. Hey Shelley, oh, I look fabulous. I don't feel so fabulous today. I have also got out, and will be trialing live with you guys, the Stampin' Seal. They arrived today from Stampin' Up, so you need some adhesive and you need dimensional. So I've got the 4 ink pads, my adhesive. I've split up the kit, and I think I'm ready to turn this around and get going, because I was busily getting the kit together, watching some YouTubes, started a kit to make at my launch class party on Sunday, and then David, I'll tell you all of this while I turn you around, and then David went, oh, don't forget you've got an appointment here at 1:30, and I went, oh, I'd totally forgotten about that. So I'm very thankful that I don't need to rush too much with you ladies making this card, but I have been, I'm thanking past Ellen. Future Ellen, or current Ellen, is thanking past Ellen for being organised, and I like that. I do thank my past self quite often for doing things like that and just being organised. Okay, I'll leave that there for a sec, turn off the lights and see how straight we are. Okay, that is not looking too shabby. Not too shabby. Hey Andre, thanks for popping in. By the way, Andre, I I sort of got done by your, not done, but I was having a chat with your alter ego on Instagram yesterday, but your alter ego has been reported. So good to know. Thank you for the heads up. So yeah, right, so these are all the supplies we're going to use, and first of all I just want to quickly show you what I have done inside my gorgeous Posies box. I just find it easier with my hands to use my paper snips to secure and open the box. So this is the gorgeous box. It is really nice and thick and sturdy. There's no bending it. You get some gorgeous grape twine and some beautiful vanilla and gold ribbon. It's a bit organdy, but it's not. I don't know if it's got a name here in the kit. It just says ribbon. It doesn't give us a name, but it is gorgeous, gorgeous ribbon. Oh, and I forgot to get out. It's also saying adhesive-wise that I need my mini glue dots. So in the box, what we get our punch-outs. So these are pre-printed and die cut. I have divvied out a whole entire sheet, so I'll now pop that in recycling, and I've got a couple of stowaways just in one of our medium clear envelopes, and these are the leftovers. So I have divvied everything out, and these are the leftovers that I have left, so I can make some more amazing cards using these die cuts with the stamp set. So I'm really happy about that. And for our first card, I have our card front and our Blushing Bride card base, and I have my flowers, and these are the die cuts. So they're actually laser cut. Please excuse David in the background. He's just cleaning up the house a little. And for our second card, we've got our card front. What is the color? Coordinating color, soft seafoam. So card front, soft seafoam card base, rogue die cuts for our sentiment and those. So, and then that's the sheet. I think these are all going to end up in there, but that's okay. That's the sheet. Our third card is this gorgeous Highland Heather one. And we have my flowers. I'm going to have a lot of die cuts left over, which is going to be great because it's going to give me more creative ways to use the kit. So this is the final one, Blushing Bride again, different die cut. That's the sheet. Now it also comes with envelopes, and all the envelopes are the same. So they are these gorgeous Highland Heather and gorgeous grape envelopes, and they do have that matching splatter that's in this box on the inside very faintly. So that's what's in the box. So let's get in to making the cards in my box. I'll see if I can just pop the box over here so you can still see it because it's so pretty. Hopefully it won't cast too much of a shadow. Okay, so Instructions don't tell us too much. They tell us what's included. Our tips are card fronts are to be mounted on the colour coordinating card bases, but obviously you can go against that if you wish. For die cut flower, position slightly above the label piece, an additional Stampin dimensional to create a level die cut. So it'll sit level to the die cut, but on a dimensional. So yeah, and I've realized I haven't even got this open properly, so I'll say hello to everyone in just a minute once I mute myself. It tells you exactly what you need additional products, the coordinating colors, because there are extra colors. So you've got mint macaron, purple posy, shaded spruce soft sea foam, and the gold, as well as the 4 colours we're using. So the steps are stamping and adhering, cut the ribbon, cut and adhere using Stampin seal, and cut 10 inches of thread and tie a bow. So they are our steps in all the languages. And then these steps coordinate with steps on the card. But I don't like, it's great to have the steps, but we certainly do have some scope to make it our own. Right, so I'm going to start with this Get Well card, and I'm just going to do it in order. Okay, so let's check what colour. So I'm assuming this is the Highland Heather, but let me check step number 4. Step number 4 is Stampin' Highland Heather. I think the rest of it I can work out. Now I'm only making 1 card today, whoops, so I'm only going to use 1 of these die cuts. Hello Miss Rose, hello Beryl, hey Nick, Deb, Donna, hey Shelley. I'm glad you think I look fabulous. I pretty much rolled out of bed and had chucked on a shower cap and had a shower. Hey Monique, it is a beautiful kit. Hey Leanne, hey Deborah, been a while since we caught up. And by the way, hope you're feeling well. Hey Di, no problems, you can watch later. Hey Monique, hey Felicity, hey Pamela, Rose and Eileen. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Can't believe I've got 25 of you here with me. Okay, so let's just pop these over there, give ourselves a little bit of room to work with. Okay, so I do have, always to the side, I just have a folded up scrap of paper, because especially with a brand new stamp set that I haven't used before, I do just want to stamp it off, see how it's stamping. If it's not stamping right, I'll give it a clean and start again. Now this seems to be the laser cut side, and I want to use the white side because you slightly get a burn pattern on the laser cut side, but if you like that, you can use it that way. Look, it's not perfect, but I'm pretty happy with that because I was, you know, talking and doing at the same time, which I quite often do. Welcome Julie, Kathy. Well, these aren't my designs. I'm literally just showing you how Stampin' Up have designed these cards. So as I go, because I'm not using these stamps again, I am going to clean. So this is a Stampin' Scrub for those of you who haven't used it. This is actually our new bottle of Stampin' Mist. So it's a bigger bottle with a nozzle, which I like because I tend to overuse, as you can see, my Stampin' Mist. But I use it all the time. The other thing I do, so I don't gunk up my Stampin' Scrub with ink, I stamp this off on my scrap piece of paper a few times to get majority of the excess ink off. Rub it there, dry it, except I've just missed it up the wrong side, but that's okay, and take it off very carefully, and then that's that done. And pop it back in the stamp set so it doesn't go missing in the abyss. Even though it's not an abyss and I do tidy up after I craft, you girls all know that. Yeah. Okay, so pop that out, pop that over here. I'm going to grab one of these envelopes out and I'm going to stack everything back in the box as I make it in an effort to be tidy. And note I say effort. Okay, so these are also in one of our medium clear envelopes. So I'm going to take out a card front and a base. And I will pull this all the way out, and I'll just use this as a catch-all. I want one of these double leaves, one of these gorgeous flowers, and I want one of the single leaves. Great, done. Oh, leaf on my tummy. Okay, and then I can use this card base as a funnel and put them all back in. So you can see I've got everything I need in one packet, except these flowers aren't necessarily going to want to pop out of the way of the cards. There you go, all back in. It is a little tight, but I'm okay. Keeps them protected and corralled. So let's get assembling. So this goes down here like that. Let's use the Stampin' Seal. So I've used this today, and for my small hands, I have particularly small hands, I can hold this quite nicely. My finger doesn't necessarily go on the pad, but I can put it on quite nicely. It does have a cap. You can choose whether to leave that on or not. You do not need to press hard. I pressed a little too hard on that one. You don't need any pressure at all. I think I am just so used to using snail, and I also don't need to tick with it, but I'm so used to ticking with snail. I always ticked with snail anyway. I did. No, I prefer our Stampin' Mist, especially with our rubber stamps. Now make sure which way you're opening your card, otherwise you'll have an upside down, possibly back to front card, which we don't want. So pop that on. Okay, take our Get Well and our ribbon. Now let's find the end of our ribbon, and they said to use my Stampin' Seal. So these is pretty much the first time I've used it, and by the looks of it, they have done a little bit of wrapping. So they have put the ribbon down like this, wrapped it back over itself like so, and then gone back the other way. And this is a really nice way to use ribbon. I have used it a number of times like that, and I just like putting a slight angle, and I'm going to do a slight angle on. Make sure you are pushing that down. Now it won't look adhered because only the bits hitting the paper are adhered. Oh my god, I've got the shakes. Support one's hand. Okay, that's not perfect, but it'll do. Dish time. Look, I'm all color coordinated with my dish and everything. Hey Delinda. Hello Miss Denise. Has your baby gone home now? Okay, so I think I'm going to use some dimensionals on here. I'm not sure what the destructions tell me to do here. I think the destructions told me to put this piece on with dimensionals. Number 5. It did. It told me to put this card base on with dimensionals. I have already broken the destructions. And you ate dinner. Great. You've got it all done and dusted. Okay. And the flowers I'm adhering with dimensionals as well. So I'm hoping I'm following instructions and hoping for the best. So for me, 3 dimensionals is always good because it's nice and balanced. Oh dear word, come on, come off. I'm thinking though, I am going to slide some mini dimensionals in between those ribbon layers. They're just a bit too loose and not adhered because we wrapped it back on itself. I'm really hoping I can get these 4 cards done with you. If not, you'll be right. And I think one just under the other dimensional, and then I think we're good. Okay, I'm thinking I'm happier with that now. And now I've got a drippy nose for some unknown reason. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, now those ribbons are not on the way I expected, but I actually really like that angle. Come on, just a little bit lower. That's perfect. I like that. Just put my dimensionals over there. My block can go back there. Scissors there. Okay, leaves. Now, I think if I'm smart, my Stampin' seal is here. My ribbon scissors can go way over there. If I'm smart, we're going kind of that way. Right. If you can't get it, I'm finding I still need to manually push it along just a touch every now and then to get this going. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat apparently, and I am popping the double one I'm picking up like that, and the single one, because this is going to go really nicely because everything's going to be going in the same direction. So just like that, and then I'm going to put a dimensional on the outside here, so then it sits in line with the label. Okay, so as far as I can here is where I'm going to pop that dimensional, and then because I've got glue on that side, it will stick to the label. And would you believe that's this card done? I don't know how I'm going for time, but I'm pretty impressed. Oop, that isn't quite where I wanted it either. Okay, try again. One more time for Miss Ellen. Okay, right. And that's card 1 done. Done, done, done. So I'm going to pop that there on the box. I know, because we don't exactly follow them, so they are distractions. Hey Melissa, hey Linda. Okay, card 2. We are going with this baby here. So this is our, and I might actually listen to the distractions. I'm going to pull both these die cut pieces out. They're going to come out, and you can see they're just very lightly tacked in, but it's good for shipping that we do have them there. Okay, so let's grab, I can see a little leaf that I will pop there. So card front, card base, die cut for the sentiment, and then I need a purple Highland Heather and a Blushing Bride, and I need another leaf because I've already got one, and 2 leaves. Great, done. Pop these back in my little placeholder here, my nice organisation. I'm on an organising kick. I don't think my craft room has ever been this organised. I reckon I can put my hand on all of the current Stampin' Up things. Okay, I'm going to pop this in the box, and we are going to listen to the instructions and use dimensionals to pop this on. Although, do you know what? I'm not going to, because I'm going to find it a lot harder to line up, and it's just going to take longer. So let's choose convenience. So smooth. This Stampin' seal is smooth going on like the Fast Fuse, but it's the seal. And I did use the Seal Plus, and it's got, I don't think I've been particularly paying attention, and it's got little perforated pieces of adhesive. There we go, we're sticking. I'm still getting used to this, so don't make any judgments on the adhesive, because as I say, this is first time and I'm learning. Okay, so that goes this way, the fold is up there, so we're making a right sided opening card. Okay, that's that done. I think we're using Blackberry Bliss for this one, and that's the cut side, that's the non-cut side. So, and I'm using Wishing You Comfort and Peace at this time. So I take that as a beautiful sympathy sentiment. Hey Wendy, thanks for joining. I know, it's the purples for me, and I love the florals, the fact they're very loose. I like the, yeah. Hey Tracy, thanks for joining. I do, there's something, as soon as I saw it, I gasped. There was an audible gasp, and I went, oh my God, I need this in my life. So once again, stamping off on my scrap piece of paper, and we're just eyeballing it. If you were making all of these, you could certainly line up this stamp in the Stamparatus and use the cutouts. That's not too bad. The Wishing You's a bit bodge, but I'll take that. I'll stamp this off a few times. Close the ink pad, because that is most important, especially with this colour. Okay, and look, I didn't get any of it on my hands. That has to be a world first. Okay, now we wet this side, even though it's the wrong side. That's the side that's wet. Clean, dry, ready to put away, perfectly conditioned stamp. Oh, nice. I know. It's just, oh, it's such a beautiful kit. It's not one of our all-inclusive kits, but it's a kit that you don't necessarily need the stamp set. But I was saying at the very start, Wendy, that the stamp set for this just means, and I've got so many leftover flowers and leaves, that I can make very similar cards to the ones in the actual kit. later on. Okay, so I'm going to, what's the bottom? That is the bottom. Just, it's almost there. There we go. No. Oh no, I didn't get adhesive. Okay, so where's the end of my ribbon? Those all caught up. Okay, so I'm going to hold this out like that and stick it down. That was really, really hard. Actually, that was super duper easy. They're probably showing a little bit more. It'd be good if, there we go. Trying not to cut the die cut at the same time. Right, now dimensionals again. Paper snips. I find I use my paper snips more as a picker-upper. I could use my pick tool, but I think my hand is very used to using these that I just use them. Hey Deb, thanks for joining, thanks for sharing, I appreciate it. Oh, girls, there are 31 of us now. Thank you all so much for coming and joining. I'm glad. I hope you've popped in because you were curious about this kit. As you can see, I did do some pre-work and divvied up all the bits that go together for this kit, so I can just go through and go bang, bang, bang and get them made. So this sort of goes in between. Sorry, there's a bit of shine here, so sort of goes in between there. That will do. Oh, and I slightly smudged my wishing you just a touch. Ah, well. Okay, so we're going to use the twine and we're going to tie a bow. I know everyone, did I? Oh, I caught that. Okay, so there is the end, and a bow for me. How I tie a bow. Sorry, I just got a touch of adhesive on my hand. Now, because this is all coiled, I just run it over my thumbnail to just try and straighten it out a little, just so it's a little easier to manage. So I make a loop and I hold it. I go around, so I've got a loop here and I pull it back, hold my two, and I just do a very rough, loose knot. So then I can pull these back in and then I can have a play and get them even, and then I just keep pushing and pulling until I'm happy. And then I am just going to snip this and adhere it. And I'm assuming, I'm not even checking the instructions, but I'm assuming I'm going to be using a glue dot. So glue dots. Now I am going to fold this glue dot in half and probably into quarters. So I fold it in half and then I fold it in half again, just so it's a tinch smaller and I can hide it roughly behind the knot in our bow. Okay, so that is adhered on. This tail wants to curl up, but that's okay, that can stay like that. So I've done that, And then I think, sorry, just looking at the picture, going to pop. No, mine isn't going to be exactly the same. I'm just going to play it by ear and see how we go. Because it's just there as a guide. It doesn't have to be perfect. Thanks, Myrtle. Oh, you don't have to share. I just was saying thank you. I do appreciate it. Okay. And you've got to remember, girls, and those of you that are newer to me, I take a lot longer to card make. My hands are not the greatest. So I do just take that touch longer in my card making to most people, because my hands don't necessarily play ball, which isn't always fun. Now you could also use mini dimensionals behind these, but what I'm finding is I'm just putting the dimensional on the furthest away, so then I can have it over the label and it's in line. I know this one looks as though it may be dimensionalized a little bit more, which I can do by just turning this around a touch. So I'm just arranging here. And even though it looks difficult, I am actually happier that this bow is on here first, because it may have been a bit more difficult for me to place it in once I had all these bits on. Now I've got my 2 leaves, and I am going to use glue dots actually to pop those in. So I got 2 different sized, because it didn't tell me there are about 3 or 4 sizes of leaves. And if I use my scissors, so pop that off, and then I can just pop this in there. So I find you can see you've got a really nice long lever. Good evening, Miss Cindy. How are you tonight? If I can speak. Okay. Now, if you can hear a funny sound in the background, my darling husband David is testing an extremely loud Braille note taker, and he is at the front of the house, and I can clearly hear it back here. So hopefully it's not picking. Oh no, that's okay, David. I was just explaining if they can hear it. So that's card number 2 done, and he came to shut the door, God love him. Okay, so that's card number 2 done. Just to a touch of, not rearranging, but clearing a space for myself, I'm going to have a little bit of water. Oh, thanks to Linda. I'm not apologising. I'm just explaining that if you've got the kit and you think it's taking ages to put together, it really won't. It's just I take longer than the average Joe. I've realised I have not. Okay, so we have these sweet die cuts, and they've only got a cutout on one edge, which is a bit nice. All the die cuts, all 4 of them, are totally different, which is quite lovely. Okay, so we have 2 leaves on this one. Oh no, I have got out 2 leaves. So 1 leaf, a beautiful card front. I just love the combination of colours, and I love the pop of Calypso coral in here. Just to die for. That end I need, hold on 1 second, I'm going to have to dump these out to get up no, I don't. There is a little leaf. And then see if we can't get the rest of these in here. Okay, and the leaves. Perfect. They are doing exactly what I wanted them to do. Even better. Okay, now this little medium envelope can also go in the box for a later stage. I'm going to once again just use our seal, if I can find it here. No, but like I've changed a couple of the instructions and that's okay. I'm getting a very similar result, just not as super dimensional as what they're professing. I love how smooth this is. I think I was going too fast before. Just slow and steady if I don't stick my whole finger to it. And I'm getting a much nicer result with this one. Okay, and no, it's okay. It's almost there. As I drop it too. Oh, thank you, girls. It really doesn't want to play ball. No. It doesn't want to play ball, but that's okay. I have enough glue on there. Oh, make sure I'm making not a left-handed card. We want to make a card that opens as expected. So this is actually purple posy card base, which is lovely. Still love my purple posy. I am thinking what colour. They told me to get out purple ink, but I don't know that they've used it. Number 1, Blackberry Bliss. Oh, that card that I did before was meant to be in Gorgeous Grape. So why don't we do this one in Gorgeous Grape? We'll just swap the cards around. And this one we are using for a very kind and thoughtful friend. I could make hundreds of these and give them all to you girls. I know. I'm just getting, you know, it's a new thing and I'm just getting used to it, Denise. The seal alone, like the normal seal, very, very much reminds me of reminds me of snail, not of snail, rather of Fast Fuse, very much so. Okay, the flowers just remind me that the flowers are up here in the corner. They're all turned over, but that's okay. Yeah, like I literally, yeah. Well, I use a combination of both. Like for that background, you girls know I really would normally use our liquid glue, our multi-purpose liquid glue. I would use that. But new glue, I've got to try it out. I've got to give my class girls a bit of an informed opinion on Sunday at my launch class, and you girls are helping me out making samples of this kit, really. Destructions helps if the ink pad isn't over it, so we do want it as centered as possible. Okay, leaving that there. Oh, perfect. Stamp off, stamp off, stamp off. Great. And you know how I was using a bone folder to close these. You can quite easily use your snips in that little divot just there, which is, I'm sure, just a manufacturing divot, but it works really well. Okay, clean as we go. got my seal yesterday and haven't tried it. Oh, okay, good. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, so slow and steady and not too much pressure. That's pretty much my my takeaways from it. I think Denise and I rival each other because what? I've got 4 adhesives. No, I've got 3 adhesives for like 4 cards. And if I wasn't using the seal, I'd be using my liquid glue, the seal. Yeah, we pretty much are overachievers, aren't we? Okay, so I want... I see how they've done it. Okay, let me find the end. Oh, that is... Oh no, that's okay. So I want to cut that to about there. Oh, yeah, to about there. Oops, mangled that edge. Doesn't matter. If I do it that way, it will be under. And what they have done, just seeing where they have done it. So I'm going to grab the seal and I'm actually going to pop this across the card. Oh, okay, that ribbon is there. The mangled edge can go there. So they have stuck it directly to the card, then put dimensionals on this and put that on top. Oh, I mean, yeah, glues all have their purpose. There's no one right glue for everything. They all have their purpose and their place, which is why there are so many. I couldn't just use seal, or I couldn't just use multi-purpose glue. As you see what I've done here, glue dots have also had their purpose in this project a couple of times. So it just really depends, because those leaves I wouldn't have been able to adhere in so easily had I have used... Well, I'm doing pretty well for time. I just looked. I've got about 35 minutes till my appointment, and I wouldn't mind maybe even sneaking in some sneaky lunch, which I think I can do. So just popping this on top. Oh no, I've smudged the ink just a touch. It's a handmade card, girls, handmade. So does it have... Oh, it's got a sneaky bow underneath. I missed that. Oh well, I'm still going to make a bow, but I'm going to adhere it a little differently. So I've got that loose. I do know where everything is. It's all good. I just didn't want to pull that end through. So I have quite a loose knot, because especially with baker's twine, if you make it really tight and then pull it through, the baker's twine wants to like do curly cues, which is a bit touch annoying. Okay, so about there. I'll leave the other end long. Awesome flowers. So the flowers are going on the edge. So I'm going to do what I did with that other card and pop the seal. Pooh. I've got to work out how to end this so I don't need to. May just be me though. Okay, so I want to adhere my leaves, so I'm going to put one there And where's my other one? Is it still up here? Yes, it is. And I'm going to put my other one just there. Then I'm going to put a dimensional on. They're right in front of my face. Of course, please excuse the frog in my throat. Yes, and that's right, all the adhesives are sticky. Okay, so I want to put that about there. And then I'll show you what I'll do with my bow. That one really didn't have any extra twine. No, it didn't. Okay, so I want it covering here. Okay, so I'm going to make this glue dot into quarters again. So I've folded it in half, making it kind of into a ball. I'm going to pop. I'm actually going to do it differently. So I'm going to pop this onto here, and then I'm going to, like, what I really want to do is like shape it so the loops come down and out. So I'm going to pop this in here. Come on. You just got to do it for me, okay? So you can see here, I've got the loops and the ends just popping out in that space there. So even though there's meant to be some coming up here, it's just popping out there. I will show you close up. That can go. I don't know why I was looking in the bin. So you can see there, I've just popped it in there and it's just popping out. So I've manipulated the bow. Card number 3 done. Make some space. Card number 4 is on the back, and we have our last ink color left, which is Blushing Bride. We have our die cuts, and we have, this is a very watered down version of Blushing Bride, and we have our Blushing Bride card base. Doesn't want to come out. Yes, it is gorgeous. Okay, cool, Sheila. I'm doing that naturally anyway, so yeah. Okay, no, they all came a coming. So we need a purple one, we need a Blushing Bride one, and I need a double leaf, a single, and a double. Okay, right here. And gather all these ones up and pop them back in. You wouldn't be doing this if you're making all 4 cards, but you know, that happens. I don't know whether I'll do these in a class, but they will be used sometime in the next 11 months. Now, you guys realise that this current catalogue only goes for 11 months, don't you? Jeez Louise. Is Jeez Louise a thing in America too, or is that an Australianism? I've wondered that for a while. I know. Look, the plus, pulling that straight up is fine because it's little perforated bits, but I'm finding with the straight seal that doesn't work as well, Wendy, and I do like checking it. Okay, that way, That way, oh, I like the leaves coming in from the top on this one. So, okay, sorry, talking to David. Oh, there we go. So, along and check. I find if it, I know, I get a goober and it's not there straight up. Don't know that I'm finding either particularly helpful currently. Oh, okay, cool, thanks, Star. I'm almost done. I'm on my last card. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, oh, no. Oh, I'm really sticking to this. Oh, you use it too? Good. I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad you get what I'm saying. Although you girls are pretty good at getting my Australianisms. Okay, it's not a check, it's just a breaking. So if you lift it and check, but I find if I'm very, just slightly, I don't know. I'm going to have to play more and work it out. I really am. I'm not saying anything's wrong, it's just getting to know something new. Yes, exactly, Wendy. I could not have said that better myself. But I'm not a huge tape runner girl at the best of times. I'd much prefer to grab my multi-purpose glue, because then I don't know how I have stuck all of these card bases on straight. Would you believe I put everything away and didn't grab out a die cut? Oh, she's on the ball today. Okay, die cut. I love how ornate they all are. Okay, and we are using Celebrate Your Day. So this is kind of the birthday card set of them all. Now remember, I use a larger block so then I can see the whole die cut piece and none of it's distorted. I like the Seal Plus, Cindy. The Seal Plus is totally different and it's got perforated bits, so maybe the Seal Plus might work better for you than the Seal. I will use the Seal. I'll make a mental note to use the Seal Plus next time. I like that. Bit further down than what I would have liked, but I can live with that. Okay, I think I'm liking... You're right! Sorry for yelling, I heard a bang. I don't know what happened because he's in the bathroom. Okay, clean this and then we're rocking and rolling. All dry, all ready to put away. Still love our cling. Never have an issue with my rubber cling stamps anymore. Okay, right. Now, ribbon wise, they have used my little technique on this card. How fun is that? I might have to use the big, I don't know. Sorry, I have to look at this. The glare of my lighting isn't fun today, but that's okay. Okay, so let's find the end of the ribbon. And it's gone from about, oh, I need to tidy up that edge because this is the bit of the bodgy edge. That's better. Just a smidge off and about to there. Doesn't have to be a pretty edge, I can just make it straight. And going to use, okay, I'm going to grab the Seal Plus now just to show you. Where the hell have I hidden it in here? Ah, it's hiding. Okay, I'm going to put it down and then I'm going to show you. Okay, so we're going from about there across. Let me use my label. Yep, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's see if I can catch this in the light and show you. Hey Shirley, thanks for joining, and show you the little perforation so it just breaks off. So this is the Seal Plus and it is shinier than the Seal. Exactly the same handle. So the Seal Plus is dark blue, the Seal is more of a aqua coastal cabana, so you can tell them apart. So the handles or the cases are exactly the same, but the insides aren't. So this one is a continuous piece of adhesive and this one is perforated adhesive. I will end up doing a video on them once I get to know them a little better. That is stuck down. I'll happily now adhere this piece. So does that help, Cindy? Does that probably mean you'll lean a bit more towards the Seal Plus? Just because you saw that just works so easily. That's okay, Margine. That's what I'm here for. I'm learning along with you guys. We weren't able to pre-order the Seal at all, so we're learning alongside our customers and our friends and just seeing what works best. I've bought multiple, so I'm going to use them in class this weekend and see, and just I'm going to be brutally honest. When aren't I brutally honest? I'm going to be really honest with my customers and just say, hey, this is brand new. I'm playing with it with you and we'll work it out together. Okay, so they went under, but I thought it was a bit, I think I put the ribbon not quite in the right place, but I don't mind it above. It just means my flowers will kind of go here instead. Okay, so I'm going to use the Seal Plus again and no issues at all. That was right there ready to go, and I don't want to check with this. You definitely just want to lift with this. Okay, so that goes there, and then use some on the back. So I want some here, and just lift, and just lift, and because I've gone over the edges a bit, I just folded that adhesive in, which was perfect. Okay, and these ones, oh, too far. These ones on this side. This one, do have a touch of adhesive here. This one on this side. And I'm going to, so I need dimensionals sort of in this corner here. Yes, dimensional's right word. And that will then hold those 3 layers together. I will put a little bit of seal on here and just lift. Very gently works. Hey Kel, you are late to the party. I am on my last card. I've got my OT coming in a second, and I am sharing my thoughts on Stampin' Seal at the same time. How did they do this? Let me see. That's right. But we've got dimensional that we're playing with here. So I want to like butt up this dimensional into this corner here. That is perfect. And then finishing last thing, I'm going to do another bow because I'm doing really well with my bows today. And guess what? I'm now going to jinx myself. Told ya. Okay, got that loop. Gently pull. Don't pull the end through. Okay, so that's my very light knot again. I hold the knot lightly just while I get these ends about the size or a tad smaller than what I want them. So then when I pull equally again, I get a touch of length and tighten the knot at the same time. Okay, so glue dot for the final time, again in 4. Where are those scissors? Hey Cole, it is such a pretty kit. I will show you all 4 cards. I've roughly followed the instructions, but we haven't been perfect, because they wanted me to use dimensionals for the card bases, and I'm there going, nah, I ain't got time for that. So I'm going to fashion this down again. So that's perfect, and I'm going to pop this up and under here so we hide. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I know you want to. Okay, we're gonna do a bit of shoving here. That's why. Okay, so we've actually got 2 uneven loops, but I really like that. So we've got that bow that now doesn't look like a bow hanging out. Cut our tails, and that's done. And we don't need any extra embellishments with these because we've got the gold foiling already in the card, so you don't need any extra gems or anything like that. Now remember, these are the envelopes that come with it in the purple posy and the gorgeous grape. So the adhesives we've used, well, I've used both seals. I've used glue dots, which I'm now going to pull off my ends. I've used the purple posy stamp set, the matching one. Did you bang the wall, David? Okay, you okay? Okay. So use the glue dots. We've used the ribbon. I still have so much left over. These are in the kit. So they're provided. So I use the 4 ink colours. Use the 4 ink colours. Just give me 2 seconds here to just grab something, and my laptop just went on to low battery, so hopefully I've got enough to see. Oh, it's got 5%. It's okay. So I've got our 4 ink colours, which are Blushing Bride, Gorgeous Grape, Blackberry Bliss, Highland Heather. So let's do a close-up of all the cards. This is the Celebrating Your Day. I've done them as close as possible to the Destructions. I have For a Kind and Thoughtful Friend. That ribbon's going to annoy me, but that's okay, it's handmade. Okay, I'm just going to pop this to the side. We have, and that end is going to annoy me too, Wishing You Comfort and Peace at this time. Do you know what I want to do? I want to like tuck the end under there. There you go. Wishing you comfort and peace at this time. And then we have Get Well Soon. So they're the 4 cards you do in the kit. As I did talk to you about before, I have all of these die cut pieces left over, and I have multiple additional pieces of all these die cuts. So I can make multiple other cards in conjunction with the stamp set when I have used the kit. That's okay, that's okay. Thanks for hanging with me. It was a bit of a longer one than normal, but I think it was worth it. And as I said, I've corralled all the bits that go with each card into one of our medium envelopes. These were some extras, so all the card bases, card fronts, the matching die cuts, sentiment die cuts, and the flower die cuts, I've popped in one of these, and it's all nice and organized in my box for next time I'm going to make. And the box itself is gorgeous as well, with the elastic closure, and it is very, very sturdy. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you. I know, I'm very tempted to buy another one because I can see me making this very, very quickly. If you have any questions about ordering or joining my team, because I am still looking for a couple more members for a title promotion, if you just want to reach out and say hi, I am always here. Not necessarily in the middle of the night, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for joining me, girls. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you hopefully next Tuesday. Bye.